Hello and welcome to the podcast, Funhaus. That's right. It's being renamed. It's the podcast : Funhaus. Today, I am joined by three wonderful human beings. First, we have Jacob Fullerton doing the wave.
Hi.
Next, we got John Holland also doing the wave.
Oh, you're wiggling.
Over to Charlotte.
Who's got the shakes?
Yeah, I got the shakes. Yeah.
You're at the end of the electrical currents.
I basically got the coffee grits at the bottom of the cup, but for the wave.
That's something I've wondered about. Like, you know how they do the thing where everybody in science class, everybody holds hands and then they touch an electric thing. Does the person at the end get fucked?
I think it's equal.
I think everybody gets fucked.
Many hands make idle work.
Goes ah!
Yeah. Well, according to Guardians of the Galaxy, it works out pretty well. So,
So wait, what is grounded? Because I thought if you're grounded, it won't.
Then no one gets shocked.
no one gets shot. Yeah, it just goes through
You're
you
making
and
a
then.
complete circuit, right?
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
electricity
need
is
to look
weird.
into it.
Electricity
Very,
is
very
crazy.
weird.
Man.
Anyways, today
We're here to talk about electricity.
Yeah.
today we're talking
Franklin.
about Benjamin Franklin.
Man of many hobbies,
He's on the hundo.
master of none.
Yeah. So
Nudist.
there was actually a pretty big game this week that I feel like some people
The big game?
over here
Big game.
Catch the big game?
might
Yeah.
want to talk about. It's called Stray.
Ooh.
I booted it up and I said, I don't get to kill anything, and I closed it. But Jacob, how are you? How have you played? Has anyone else here played it?
I kind of, sort of. It was on at a housewarming thing this weekend.
That's where I would have
cool.
been that whole party. Just
Yeah.
play it Stray.
Nah, it was nice.
Jacob, tell us about it. Give us a little
It's cat game.
cat game.
Oh, it's cat game in like a weird post-apocalypse. Mm-hmm. And you're just a kitty cat who wants to get back to his squad.
Nice.
And there's robots.
Is there combat or anything, or is it more just platforming exploration?
There's a little bit of combat.
No,
later
but there is a
on.
bomb cat.
There's a
that there is. Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
yeah. It's a cat game. There's so many cat things you can do. You can make biscuits on carpet and stuff. Oh, it's great.
I just
There's
want to see that little pop, 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 pop thing.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
when
I
they
kept
hit
waiting
you?
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite cat move. when they do the 100-second slap.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
E-Honda slaps.
It's like no claws, just punching.
Yeah.
We recorded a delightful video where Jacob played Stray, and we just talked about cat things. And honestly, it might be one of the most fun and pleasant, but also still very funny recordings that I've been in.
A lot of cat noises out of Patrick.
Yeah,
He's
Patrick was
pivoting
making
from
a
dog.
lot of cat noises.
Yeah.
I really hope that that makes it into the edit, because Patrick's got two kitties.
Yeah.
and is a connoisseur of
Did
cat
you send
noise.
him pictures of
No,
your
I
cat?
still have to.
I gave him a big folder full of
He said,
stuff. Because he's editing it. You might need these.
Did you put desktop cats back on before you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there were
did.
4 or
That's a
5 of them.
requirement.
They were wandering around on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about the fact that this came out on PC, I mean, this is generally a thing with PC, especially with indie games, is that the modding community immediately blows up.
Yeah.
And what I love about modding is that a lot of it is people just putting stuff into games that they want in the game. It's not like, oh, we're gonna build on top of this game and make it better. It's like, no, I want to play as my cat.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people have been doing. They've been modding in every type of cat. And I just saw this morning that they've added a Garfield mod.
That's so funny.
And as well, on the next slide, of course,
Show me
CJ.
Oh,
Wow, that's so stupid.
nightmare.
I wonder if does he still meow when you press the meow button, or does he say lines from GTA?
I don't know. But I was thinking about that. I bet you you could open up a service for $50 or something where you can send someone a picture of your cat and they'll just fix the mod, because it's just a texture.
Yeah.
It's one of the simplest mods you can do. Not that one. That one's a little different because it looks like the shape of the head was
someone's
changed a
cat could
little.
look like that.
But generally for just skinning the cats,
There's more than
Good
one
choice
way.
of words.
I did
yeah.
that in an AP Bio
Yeah,
class
exactly.
once.
really?
Yeah. It
A cat?
it was awful.
My mom
seems
did that
awful.
for nursing school. I did it with
Skinned a cat?
I did it with a frog.
I'm glad I wasn't
Yeah.
a cat person at the time, because I would have like
Holy
been
shit.
beside myself.
That is
what
using a
happened to
domestic
frogs?
animal seems very strange.
Yeah, they were all like,
I'll do it.
Everybody got like
Give
a
me
cardboard
give me a
box.
dog. I don't give a shit.
And you open it,
Yeah.
and inside's a cat. It's like,
I don't give a fuck.
Was it Rick and Mortis?
it has like, I think they were like, I don't know.
They were all drowned to death or something. Oh, like,
They
why
all
were
had
they
like
like
a-
frozen in pain?
They
I don't know. They had like
terrified?
a
They had
foam
seen
block.
it.
They have like a foam block in their mouth, and they're just like,
They had
Oh
seen
my
a
God.
terrible sight.
yeah, the last thing.
Where did they get them from?
I think they were all like ethically gathered. It was like
Oh
just
my
like
God.
dead
dad-
strays and stuff.
My dad told me one time when he was in elementary school. This is back in like what, the early '60s or something. One of his teachers brought in a roadkill cat, and then boiled it to show them, to get it down to
show
just
them
the
that it was still
skeleton.
alive.
Yeah, to get it down to just the skeleton, and then he took the skeleton out and like they looked at the
Oh
skeleton.
God, the smell.
do that.
I know. It was like
That sounds
he
fucking
boiled a cat.
It's not a cat thing, but me and my friends, you live in the suburbs, you run out of things to do real quick. So
Yeah.
when we would find like a bird on the side of the road that was
kill
dead.
it? Oh.
No, we wouldn't. It wasn't that demented, but we got in the habit of sneaking into the local state park at night and performing Viking funerals.
Oh,
Oh, it's sick.
In shoe boxes, and so it would be like a sparrow or like a little just a small birds, and
Yeah.
then one day, and you're not. Okay, kids, don't touch dead birds. They're crawling with shit.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't. We
Salmonella.
like gathered it up
Yeah.
in like an old hoodie or towel or something. But we did once. We found a hawk, like a big bird, and we
okay.
were like, "Fuck yes!" And so we drove under cover of dark, drove into the park, and we got a big box. We put a bunch of newspaper in, and then we set it on fire and pushed it off into the little river. And it was such a big bird that the flame going up, it was like, this feels bad. Like this one, this
fire.
one feels different. Like that like we've, I don't know. It feels like we're
crossed the line.
celebrating this creature's demise because it was like huge and it just went up and we were like, let's not do this again. And that was the last time we went.
Why was this
bird to
bird so
bird.
flammable?
I don't know. Well, we put a lot of newspaper in, a lot of
okay,
twigs and
okay.
leaves, a lot of tinder
It's
and
a fatty
kindlings.
bird.
Nest, like a
Yeah, but
nest, yeah.
that one was like, I think we've gone too far. I think we flew too close to the sun on this one.
Birds don't really need to have evolved flame retardant feathers, would they have?
They just fly above it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I saw a bird die once.
Yeah.
from fire.
No, tar.
Unrelated. Oh god.
Oh.
A lot of them do that.
Oh yeah, especially the La Brea tar pits.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
Oh God.
no.
Have you seen the?
Best
Well,
spot in
hold on.
Los Angeles.
I love this conversation, but maybe we shouldn't talk about dead animals for the.
I didn't watch. I was with Caleb Milton, Rooster Teeth's son, and we saw it dying. And then I said, let's take a walk before irreparable damage is done to us. And we came back after it was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that if you want to see a really fascinating way of a bird to die, go to Prim, where the power plant is on the way to Vegas, with all the mirrors that
no.
reflect the sun onto that hot thing.
I have seen it.
That air is very, very hot.
and they
Oh my
just like,
God.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And it'll
That
trouble
sucks.
smoke and everything. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, that's
it's
so
really
bad.
traumatic. And like, as much as I go to Vegas, I see it every time.
Really?
wow,
Oh my
wow.
God.
Every
Okay,
time.
last thing. I was on a bus in college coming back from some marching band function, and a hawk flew straight into the windshield, just
Ooh.
shattered it. It didn't.
Oh, it shattered
stayed
it?
intact, but it like
Yeah.
shattered the glass.
Oh my
It was
God.
awesome. It was so cool. I think it was all right.
That is the.
And for those of you who are about the Wikipedia, it's
how-
Prim with 2 M's. I know you're gonna look it
Prim?
up. I know you're gonna look it up. Prim Power Plant.
Prim.
Let's do a Funhouse meetup outside the Prim Power Plant.
Yeah,
Okay,
just with our
5 o'clock
binoculars.
today.
Everyone bring your pet hawks. We're
Yeah.
gonna do a fly round.
Yeah, we're all going at no water.
No.
Also bring some cardboard boxes and some newspaper. If you can.
We're gonna have a dry Viking funeral, or some weird salty lake where the salinity is so high that the bird will never sink.
No. There's just a bunch of boxes out in the water.
Something broke in us that day.
Straight fun though.
I keep getting distracted by these slide changes.
Cats kill birds.
Cats
true.
do kill birds.
Great
Speaking
segue.
of cats, speaking of stray, this is something that I was initially very interested by, and then wasn't. Because you guys know I'm a big fan of cryptids, cryptology,
Crypt keepers.
zoology,
Oh,
crypt keeping,
yeah.
crypt walking. And in Stray, there is a language. There's a written language that someone in under a week has deciphered.
Oh.
And I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. How'd he do that? It's just a replacement cipher, people. That might as well say drink more Ovaltine.
Nice.
And it actually does, because the guy went through and translated everything, and most of it is garbage. And a lot of times on different signs, the same text is there, but it means it's translated into different things. Because some of them you go up and it says what the translation is. So come on, Stray. If you're going to make a fake language, how about you make words right?
Does it take place in Southern California? Because that's an LA zip code.
That is an LA zip code.
It is.
I don't know. Here's the language if you want to translate
P is really
it.
sad.
Sad P.
But just see, well, it's sad P or mustachioed bewilderment.
Very specific emotion.
Yeah.
I like Z. Z is kind of fun. Yeah.
Well, actually, the alternate P almost looks like if you put a mustache on the shocked Pikachu.
Oh, the Orpy?
Yeah.
Oh.
R is just R.
A lot of them are just the
No imagination when it comes to I.
or E.
Yeah, that's an
Or
exclamation
O.
point.
Yeah.
But
This looks like something I did in elementary school. I made like
Yeah.
a block alphabet.
also, great job on a successful launch, Stray. You guys made an amazing game. Maybe you should have hired me to come up with your fake language.
I do want to turn the cat into my cat.
Next time I need to put black slides in between my
How?
subject slides.
What are the legs on that game? Like,
They're cat
5
legs.
hours.
is it okay? It's not one of those things
A lot
like
of games are like they're short and sweet.
Hell yeah.
yeah, because I feel like with cat owners, no offense, like you could sell them anything because they love their cat so
It's
much.
true.
Like if the game was about a dog, it would probably not be
mean,
interesting at all. But I feel like cats is like, and it's a simple game. It's a simple
Yeah.
character in a complex world. So I just didn't know if it was one of the things like, oh, it's going to really be played for like a long time, or it's just like, yeah, 5 hours and I'm done.
I watched Jacob buy a Kirby hat for his cat that he knew upon purchasing the cat would not like.
Yeah. It's like a little warp star.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I got home, and I put it on Ziggy's head, and like he just was like, and then immediately started backing up and just reversing around the room, and then I just took it off. I mean,
That's
I
my
didn't want it anymore.
favorite thing that cats lack is understanding about sticking their heads in things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a moment like in the game pretty early on because the cat wears like a little harness for a little robot to hang out in. But as soon as the harness gets put on, the cat just like gets low and then starts walking around. You can find paper bags in the game and put your head in them, and it reverses all the controls.
It's pretty spot on. I
Yeah.
think it's I can appreciate where cats have landed in internet pop culture because the early 2010s was the Ken Has Cheeseburger era. It was keyboard cat, very lay random, epic,
Yeah.
spork, all that stuff, and it was just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And it feels better now to be in an era where it's like just a lot of people have cats and enjoy the shared idiosyncrasies. Like that,
yeah.
I can be like, yes, they do make biscuits. That is fun. And it's like, we don't have to have like, oh, what if it had a rainbow and a Pop-Tart?
Yeah. I streamed the first half of the game at home, and I'm like, oh, I'll let the cats into the office for this one. Bring a cat tree in here, put a camera on it, and they were wreaking havoc. Like just jumping through cables and like tugging on stuff, like chewing on Gundams.
Oh, no. I've said this many times on content, but we were streaming What a Show, and Patrick's cat got up on his PC and turned it off.
Oh yeah, I remember
Click the off
that.
button
Yep.
on it.
Just Patrick just
Yeah.
disappeared because I was hosting the stream and he was just gone. I was like, that's interesting.
My cat hasn't done that during a stream, but one of them has stepped on like the switch of
surge protector.
of the surge protector multiple times because he just found that it made a click sound. It moved, so like just
Oh no!
step on it.
you're
and
right,
then
It has
everything's
a
like-
fun little light.
yeah, it's got a light and everything. That's before I had like the APC at home, because it's pretty early and work from home stuff. So I just be like editing, then just what the fuck?
A cat,
It's gone.
A cat indirectly killed my neighbor Taking it back dark.
Really?
Yeah, my neighbor, she was really super old. She was deaf, and I guess one day she stepped on the cat. Cat just tore her legs up, and then she had to go to rehab because like the cat like really
She got
fucked her
addicted to
legs
stepping
up.
on cats.
No, she just dropped dead there. She had a heart attack.
Oh
in
my
rehab.
God.
So what, like physical therapy or
Yeah,
rehab?
yeah. In physical
damn.
therapy.
And
Sorry,
she had a
I
heart
should have
attack?
said that. Yeah, she just dropped dead. I mean, she was old. She was like in her like late 80s.
Damn.
They call that physical rehabilitation, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
when you
I
learn to
mean,
walk.
yeah,
again
no,
or
that
whatever.
makes sense.
Yeah, but it sounds like she just got
I
on
was
like
just-
perks and diet though when I said
Yeah.
rehab. So
The
no.
cat attacked her and she reached for the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will take me off the wagon. I mean, I would
An angry
wanna drink.
cat is a terrifying.
Oh, they're assholes.
Absolutely terrifying.
I stepped on our cat's tail
Oh.
the other night just because it was like very end of the night. I was watching TV, got up. He's never there, and I just stepped in. He just took off, ran around.
Yeah.
I feel like cats
But I
check
like
out
scaring him.
Egyptians.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Possibly. Cats are so great, but they can get into a mood and then they're actually dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember there's this video where I think I've talked about it. I'm sure everything we've all talked about before on the hundreds of thousands of hours of content we make. But
Except for birds dying by Prim.
That's a
that's
new
true.
one.
First
That's
time.
new.
First time.
Put it in the docket.
Funhouse first. You heard it here.
That's right. It's a fun house first.
What were we talking
Cats?
about?
Cats
We're
are
talking about a video
dangerous
of a cat
cats.
like messing
Dangerous
someone
cats.
up.
A girl was trying to film like a TikTok or something, or maybe it was pre-TikTok,
seen
but
this.
she zipped herself into a suitcase. And then as she was zipping herself out, I guess the cat didn't know what the fuck was going on and just like didn't go into like, what the fuck are you? Went into, I'm going to fucking kill you mode and
Yeah.
was just going at her, like grabbing onto her thigh, and she was like trying to pull her off, and
Oh my God.
she was like yelling for her boyfriend. It,
Yeah.
like
I'd probably
I
do
always
that
loved
too.
cats, and then I
don't
saw
need to
that,
see
and
it.
it was like, it like gave me a new perspective
Mhm.
on cats because they're so small. But
I mean, if I saw that, I'd probably do the same thing too. And I'm not
Yeah.
a cat.
What was that?
if I saw someone climbing out of a suitcase,
Yeah. I gotta
No,
punch it.
it's like when that guy pops out of the trash can when he's being interviewed.
Yeah. It's like, don't scare your cats.
Yeah. See, the cat's just going.
Yeah, it's
for
gone
it.
to
I don't know
angry
what it
mode.
is about this kind of cat. 'Cause
Oh!
I had an ex with one that looked like that. It
Oh,
fucking
really?
sucked. Yeah, it would just stand on my neck at 4 a.m.
Kind
and
of looks
yell.
like Ziggy.
Now,
Ziggy's later.
Uh-oh.
I know.
See, it knows it's her.
I know the feedback that'll probably come, but like at a certain point, I am going to fight back my
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
throw
mean-
hands, yeah.
Yeah. Hands, feet, everything. I'll
think
power bomb a
defending
cat,
yourself is
whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
If you can't subdue the creature, defending yourself is okay.
It looks exactly like my cat,
like
except the tail's not crooked.
this is a fight outside a bar at this point. Where like
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
stop him from wanting to be confrontational. So
Yeah.
I love that the second cat was just like, "What's going on?"
just stop it, George.
One of the pictures I gave Patrick for the
Get
stray
her
video
ass.
was it's Barry, our black cat. He's peeking over a chair and he's got like his paw up there and all of his claws are out and they're huge. Like they just like it looks terrifying. Like it's like, okay, if you wanted to, he never would because he's
Yeah.
a sweet boy, but if he wanted to, he could kill me.
Yeah. I mean, last night I accidentally stumbled upon, well, accidentally, it's a fucking For You page, but it was about the, like, Trevor the chimp. That's the most notorious, like, ape attack, or, I guess, yeah, chimps are apes, right?
Yeah.
Chimps, apes.
That just,
What's the difference?
tore a woman's eyelids and shit off. But it was a monkey or an ape that had been raised as a human since it was born. Anyways, let's get off of like scary animal stuff.
That's how.
Yeah, what is this? 30 morbid minutes?
the movie? I saw Nope over the weekend.
Oh,
And like the first scene involves like an angry chimp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think people gotta leave the violence behind, go to church, and watch Pope.
Mhm.
It's a nope. Say no to nope.
I don't know.
So yes
I
to
feel
Pope.
like people maybe should have more hope.
So you're saying it's not dope?
We can probably go on for a while. Yeah.
We're all thinking of different words. That rhyme.
I was waiting. I was like, who's going to
Well,
spike?
there's that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Rope.
Nope was great though.
rope.
Snopes.
There's that Fox News biopic called Grope.
Ew.
That's just their office.
Sorry, that was the only thing I could think of.
It made a lot of sense.
There is one called Bombshell.
Yeah. That was literally what I was thinking.
Working title.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is what year is it? Mobile gaming.
What? I'm gonna play Angry Birds.
Yeah. If you
Flappy
guys
Bird
remember,
is back and only in the Rooster Teeth app.
Yep.
So
Get it while it's there.
back in the day when smartphones first came around, there were no apps. iPhone introduced the App Store, and the only things that started coming out immediately were like, what was that thing called where it was, you guys would like push your phones together and it would switch contact information.
Like an NFC chip?
You bump? Is that what it is?
It was called Bump. Yeah.
Bump?
I
I
don't think
think
it
I
was
ever
called
did it.
Bump. And there was all the like, you guys should look up what the YouTube app looked like. The first iteration of the YouTube app on
ugly as
iPhone.
shit.
First off, the icon was like an old retro 50s television. But everything looked like garbage, and there weren't a lot of games. And the same thing was with Android when that started coming out a year or two later. Weren't a lot of games, but I felt like I understood the potential. But the path that seemed most profitable and it seemed like most companies were taking was I think the predatory mobile stance, like the Farmville, where it's all about immediate gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just a bubble wrap.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
you can
bubble
pop
wrap.
bubble
game.
wrap.
Yeah, like Candy Crush, all those games. If you guys don't know this, they're genuinely designed to enact the same chemical things in your brain as like addiction.
Yeah, they're slot machines.
Yeah, they're slot machines. Like they are. Like this isn't like a Christian parent being like video games are like those specific types of games where there's like timed loot boxes and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Those are genuinely designed to make you addicted to them, and you should not play them. You should not support them. And that seemed like that was really all there really was, apart from like a few indie games like Monument Valley.
Fruit Ninja.
Yeah,
some
so I
other-
fell off of mobile games. I was like,
Temple Run. That's what the
fuck
other one was.
this. And then they came out with the Apple Pass and Play Pass on Android, and I was like, fuck mobile games still, like a year or two ago. The other, like a month ago, I think I got like an offer for a free 14 days of Play Pass or something. So I was like, why not? I signed up, started downloading games. We've come a long, long way. And I think everyone should look into it. Stop!
It sounds like you're addicted.
Sounds like I'm addicted.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
There's
it's
like real games.
There
There's
are
like-
real
yeah.
games,
Yeah.
and there's this. It's basically just a whole nother medium that I've discovered because I've never had any interest in point-and-click games. They just seem so boring. On a controller, they don't make any sense. On a mouse and keyboard, it's like I want to shoot something.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm sitting up, I want to be more engaged. But point-and-click games are actually super cool. There's a specific game called There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension on Android. I'm guessing it's also on iPhone, which has incredible voice acting, graphics, storytelling, and puzzles and everything. It's a really awesome game. And there are a lot of others. I'm just going to go through them here.
I see some cool ones all the time, like, but they're one of those like you'll play for 10 days and then it's gonna say, now start spending money.
Exactly.
In order to do other stuff.
So most of the games that don't have that are paid games, where you have to spend like $2, $3, $4 to get them.
I'm always willing to drop a couple bucks on a game.
Oh, yeah.
I am as
Cost of,
well.
like a soda or a candy bar.
I used to not be because it was like, what
It's
if I
just
don't?
It's
like,
it's so worth getting rid of ads too.
Yeah.
Like, not
Yeah.
just
Oh,
the
yeah.
monetization stuff, but like now a lot of games it sucks how are trying to push a subscription service to get rid of ads, like a solitaire app.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely not. No, I will not be paying a recurring fee to use solitaire.
Yeah.
The oldest game.
This exists in so many places.
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's like this Play Pass, or what is it called on Apple?
There's
Like,
Apple Arcade.
Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
They just put out a new Cooking Mama.
Ooh, really?
Oh.
It's good as hell. Yeah. You want me to run you through what I'm
Oh
working with
yeah.
here?
Oh, are you an iPhone?
Yeah.
person now.
Yeah.
Switched over
I broke my
right?
my 5A
I played
in Seattle.
I played Journey for the first time on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Is like also like older games are just going to mobile and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like Knights of the Old Republic, you can play that on your phone.
Yeah, I've been meaning to download more. I mean, I played this game that's called Rymdkapsel. I don't know.
What?
It's like a weird like base management wave combat game. You saw me playing it on the plane to RTX.
Oh, okay.
Or Lindsay did. But like I also have Cookie Mama. I have Florence, which is another Annapurna title.
Oh,
It's like really beautiful and cute. It's about relationships and just being an independent woman. But it's like a 45-minute thing. I played it on a plane, and it's like the music is beautiful, and like it's just like sensory-wise, just a really nice game. And
This fits a mobile format.
that's
well.
the
it's a
things-
vertical game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that's cool.
It's-
That's one of the
it's
other
a
things
storytelling
that,
game.
Like I didn't realize until I downloaded Play Pass and started playing games is that it's a different medium, and for some reason that makes some games work better for me personally. Like I was always thinking of it like platformers and games that you could use a D-pad and actual buttons. I've never been able to get into mobile games like that. Those like the not having like a haptic feedback
Right.
is just baloney.
Yeah.
And that was how I was always looking at it. But then, like I said, point and click games, it's perfect because point and click is basically tap and drag.
Yeah.
And so I definitely suggest checking it out because it's maybe there's a game that you played that you're like, I'm not really into it. You might like it on your phone for some reason.
Jetpack
And I feel like
Joyride.
yeah,
Pocket
storytelling,
tanks.
more narrative focused games.
Yeah.
I feel more invested on my phone than I am like on a console. I don't know why.
And just cuddling up in bed at the end of the day, you just get to play a game.
It's
in bed.
nice. It's nice to just turn it on for a bit. Like I have like games that take more investment, and then I have like puzzly games. Like if you like Wordle, there's this game called Knot Words with a K, Knot, and it's like basically a knotted crossword puzzle. So it's like Sudoku and crosswords, and each cluster. It doesn't matter. Each cluster is. I can show you later, but like it's really good.
Okay.
And it's like I honestly try to. I've been really bad about it lately because it's always directly tied to like how I'm doing mentally. But like I try to spend less time on like social media apps and TikTok and more times just like because sometimes I try to read articles, but I don't have the focus. I'm like, okay, I'll play a game for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like there's honestly some really good shit. Have you ever played the Go games? Lara Croft Go? They
I
are
played Hitman Go.
Hitman Go is the same thing, but like with a different like implementation. They're like puzzle games where your move set, with each move you do, it sets the clockwork off for another turn.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I don't know, they're super good. I played it on like an iPad, but recommend.
Well, we have many more things to talk about right after.
Charlotte, thank you for joining me.
Patrick, thank you for having me join you.
Why are we here today?
We're here to talk about Ship Hits the Fan.
Ship hits what?
Ship Hits the Fan.
What's that?
Ship Hits the Fan. Oh,
What's-
I thought you were going to...
Is it a podcast about something?
It's a podcast about life. It's a podcast about death. It's a podcast about life, boats.
It's about shipwrecks.
It's about shipwrecks. It's a podcast that we host with Brian Garr.
Yeah.
You may know him. You
Good
may love
friend.
him. You may despise him.
You might not like him, but you gotta respect him. It's our favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's a podcast about shipwrecks, uh-ohs, and whoopsies, we call them.
On the high seas.
Yeah, tune in Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Or Tuesdays if
Well,
you're a
honestly,
first
whatever
member,
day you
but-
listen to podcasts.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to it on
you don't
that
have
day.
to listen to it on that day. We're like super flexible. We're actually really chill.
And we've already got like 20-some episodes out there. So go check out the backlog. Listen to the new episodes. We got season 3 coming out soon.
Oh, yeah. Big news.
And we got merch.
Yeah.
What more do you want? Huh?
So listen to it. Tell your friends and tell your mom.
Ship Hits the Fan.
A podcast for lovers.
We are back. Pocket tanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, blast from the past.
Yeah.
Is that on mobile now?
Yeah, I have it. I got all the expansion packs and everything. I first played it in high school on a Macintosh, I think.
Yeah.
And then I found it in the Apple store, and they're still like releasing new weapons and stuff for it. Like that game will suck your time. Like,
Dude.
especially like trying to figure out the angles and power and all that shit. And also like, I don't know what this weapon does today. So I'm gonna find out. It's really, really cool still.
I got to check that out because I recently found the like the old original install of it, and I installed it on my
Oh,
computer,
wow.
and I've been playing it randomly. But it's the demo version, so you don't have all the weapons.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
the
that
mobile one's
song,
not
the
that
moment I
much- yeah.
booted it up, that song is just like, yeah.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know what Pocket Tanks is, it was like one of the original freeware games. It was like back, it was in between like consoles being like ubiquitous, I feel like, and mobile. Like I don't know where. Like it
I
was a
first
weird-
played it in 2001.
Yeah.
So it was just PC only. PC and Mac only is my only.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you were, it's basically if you were a kid without money to buy like $60 video games, you were always on the internet looking for like freeware games or demos of games to play. And Pocket Tanks was one of those games that the demo was good enough that you didn't have to pay money for it.
Yep.
And so everybody was playing Pocket Tanks.
Wow.
Pocket Tanks actually, interestingly, is a variation of, I think, maybe the first video game I ever played, which was that Gorilla game for like old ass. I don't even know what it was for. It was like an old ass Mac, where it was just like blue, and you had yellow bananas, and it was the same thing. Where you were two like King Kongs throwing bananas at each other. Anyways, you got more cool games, mobile games.
There are more cool games.
Lode
I also,
Runner.
I mean, I could talk about like freeware, flash games.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
sites like that.
Let me
forever,
just
but-
Addicting
but
games
as
dot
far
com.
as-
my list of Play Pass games that I found, and then let's talk more about other shit. So another point and click that's really good and has a really fun narrative, and it's just kind of cute and fun. One Way Elevator. It's not One Way Elevator. It's One Way : Elevator. And then Door Kickers is like a is a game that where you're basically playing SWAT, where you're breaking into things, having to like neutralize threats and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like real time, but you can pause it and like plan out your attacks. And then the game that I got hooked on that made me want to just make the exact same game, but with good like graphics, is it's called Magnet Balls 2. It's basically Bubble Bobble. You guys
Oh, yeah.
Wait. What? Pop and Twist? What? Bubble. I always get Bubble Bobble and another thing confused because they have the same characters.
Yeah.
Those
all
little
about
lizards.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
Wait, what?
Bust a move?
Bust a move. Yeah, it's Bust a Move, but with physics. So it's Bust a Move where it's all the balls are connected, but your phone uses the accelerometer so you can tilt it back and forth and get angles. And then if you break a ball, it will all shift because they're all only connected magnetically. It's really cool, and it's way more addictive than I thought it would be. But it's so fucking ugly. Like, and no offense if Magnet Ball guys or whatever are watching, you guys made an incredible game, but I'd love to work with you on Magnet Balls 3 and just be in charge of the user interface or whatever.
You want to turn all the
UX
balls
graphics.
into CJ.
Yeah. Like I literally was looking into how to remake it because I know exactly what to do. It's just using spring hinges. But so look out on Itch. There's gonna be a game coming from John
I
soon.
got a lot of practice for this when I was playing Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
Oh, really? On your you with the pink, the translucent
Yeah, where you
pink
had to
one?
like, like rip your Game Boy and stuff
I
to
played
make
that a
Kirby
little.
fly. It was infuriating.
Yeah, but then the other thing is that there are real games, like Jacob was saying. Dead Cells is on
Yeah.
mobile. Dundara, which is like this weird angled platformer thing that's pretty trippy and hard. Bridge Constructor Portal. And also, big cherry on top, you guys don't like using your touchscreen. Pretty much every phone has controller support now. So you can buy like a $10 phone thing that clicks your phone in, clicks a controller in, Bluetooth it, and you basically have like a Nintendo Switch or whatever.
Yeah, I was using one of those backbone things.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have a
RTX.
couple of those around here.
I brought one with me because I was playing some xCloud, like streaming Xbox games to my
Dude,
phone.
that's the other thing.
It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That shit's nuts. Like, I just was in our hotel I was playing Halo multiplayer.
I thought the reaction to like Stadia and all those other gaming streaming services was so silly because it's like, yeah, it doesn't work right now.
Yeah.
It's not good enough right now. Not everyone has the internet to do it, but like 10, 20 years from now, no one's going to need to own a computer.
Yeah.
Everything will just be screens.
Cloud
and
gaming.
Like,
Did the Steam Deck, did that come out?
yeah. Well,
people have it.
yes, but it's still kind of like the pre-order / slow release, like between quarters.
Okay.
It's rolling out though.
Yeah, it's a slow rollout. But yeah, that's out, and people are digging it.
Nice. Cloud gaming, it's getting more and more advanced.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, yeah, and that's also a good thing for demoing because I think I told Jacob before that Octopath Traveler.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this game aesthetically is totally up my alley. It's an RPG, and I literally downloaded the demo, and I went, you know what? I know I'm gonna love this game, and I
did the same
spent
thing.
$60.
Yeah, I did this exact same thing.
And then 30 minutes in, I was like, this game is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I fucking hate this game.
I think it lasted a lot longer, but I started getting just like it was like the grind got too much for me.
God.
But dang, it was pretty.
Yeah. But so cloud gaming, I think that's a perfect thing for like, you know, whether if I want to play this game, you don't have to wait 40 minutes for it to download. You can just boot it up,
Yeah.
check it out.
I don't know if you all have ever played these because you probably haven't stumbled across it, but like there's some cool, I guess you would call it AR apps where pretty much like you go to like the toys section at like Target and you get like the little laser gun thing, but then your phone becomes like the sight. So you can play laser tag with people.
What?
And it's all works into the gun. Like it's really, really cool. And I'd like to see that advance more just because like while gaming is fun sitting down all day, it would be nice to like use that augmented reality aspect and create something, you know,
That's
where
like
people are
with
being
the,
active.
like that Mario Kart thing where like it's physical Mario Kart that you do in your house. But like I think through like your phone or something, you see all this Mario Kart stuff when you're racing around, but then your cat's also there. That was like look these up because it's so funny because people just racing these Mario Karts and like it has this kind of third person view, but then there's like a cat just like running around like, oh shit, there's a cart coming after me.
Can we look that up real quick? Just YouTube like Mario Kart cat camera or something. Yeah, I agree. The augmented reality gaming is something that I'd love. Like I also see the huge potential of it, but it's going to require a lot of different technologies to advance before it's like because VR isn't even here yet. Even though we have got the Rift 2 or whatever, where it's just a headset. You can have a battery on it. You're not have cables everywhere. Yeah. Still, it's not an ideal situation because you have to wear a fucking brick on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Pokemon Go was going to be like the beginning of just like, oh yeah, this is all this AR stuff. But that's so crazy.
So for the audio listeners, we're watching someone drive their little toy Mario Kart around while a cat is chasing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can play as Ludwig?
Whoa,
this guy built
amazing.
like a custom course.
Yeah. But like it's cool though. Like
that's super dope.
how it like integrates all this stuff into a real environment.
It's so cool.
Oh, there's a cat.
Congratulations.
I was a cat in your way.
Yeah.
Put that in Stray.
Yeah. The future of gaming is it's interesting because it's so dependent upon technology as well as like the climate of gamer opinions or whatever. I don't know. Like I feel like if people had just accepted Stadia and Nvidia now or whatever all the other ones were.
Ooh, yeah.
If they had just like given it a chance, it may have gotten a little farther now.
The Soldier Box.
The Soldier Box, exactly.
Yeah.
Which they actually are still selling on Wish.com. If you, they're not called the Soldier Box, but it is the thing that Soldier Boy bought and then tried to rebrand and sell. Anyways, old games.
Soldier Boy.
Did everyone here have PCs in the early 2000s?
I played Load Runner a lot.
Not really.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
No, I did not. We had like a computer, but it was like a Mac. Not really anything for gaming.
What about browser games?
Oh, I play like
Flash
I go on
games.
addictinggames.com.
Oh yeah,
I hated
just like
browser
play
games.
random games there.
Joe Cartoon,
Yeah, albino
Mini
black
Clip.
sheep.
Slime Zone.
Albino Black Sheep,
Yeah.
Slime Zone.
Yeah, it was just like this site that someone had made where it was a bunch of different sports where you just played as slimes, which were just small half circles, all 2-dimensional. And you could control like 4 of them, but it was all on the same keyboard. So at school, we would always play like this browser game in the slime zone. And there was like slime soccer, slime volleyball, and you would just like jump and boop, and then like hit it back and forth and over. And like everybody was like, you gotta be playing. And there was slime basketball, which was kind of mid.
Yeah.
Slime hockey. Slime biathlon. You get a rifle and you shoot each other.
Wow.
No, yeah. I mean that, and then there's a single Flash game that I've gone back to in the years since that. Like I think actually is in an edit somewhere, just because I pulled it up, just because I was frustrated at the single cam. It's called Rainbow Sphere.
That
I was in a
sounds familiar.
multicam. I think I was just playing it while something else wasn't working.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
What is it?
It's your little, like basically the max spinning rainbow pinwheel. You're that,
My
and it's like a
favorite.
platformer, but you have to like change colors to touch certain platforms, and it's like really shitty looking and janky, and the music is like
It's a lot.
yeah, it's just like and you're like Rainbow Sphere, yeah, and it's like you have to be really precise, and it's just like I think it still works. I think you can just play it in HTML. I think they updated it. Or
Okay.
That was the other thing. When HTML5 came around, I was like, browser games are back. They're gonna blow up like Flash games did 10 years ago. And then nothing.
Well, no one goes to websites anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like Agario blew up, and then nothing else did. Or agar.io, or whatever. It was where you were the bubble. They talked about it in that stupid Kevin Spacey politics show.
House
as
of
an allegory
Cards?
for
House of Cards.
politics. What?
House of Cards?
Yeah. There was like in season whatever, because it was when the game was blowing up. Kevin Spacey was like, "Have you seen this game Agario? You play as a little ball and you suck up other balls and get bigger. And I'm the biggest ball of them all," or something like that. It was really
So
stupid.
funny. Frank Underwood was a gamer. He was
Yeah.
playing COD, I think, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, and indie games too.
And indie games. Yeah, he's a big indie gamer.
Very odd.
And a murderer.
Yeah.
And played by Kevin Spacey. Happy Thanksgiving. Damn. Wow.
But yeah,
House of Cards.
Cave Story is a game from
Oh, you
Play-
told me about Cave Story.
Cave Story. It's out on all platforms now. Bittersweetly, because the guy who made it like sold the rights to Nautilus or something, and they've screwed him out of everything. And
Oh.
so it's on all the platforms because Nautilus ported it on everything. But the original creator, I don't think really sees much of that money.
That's a bummer.
But the original free version is still available to run on PC. I think it still works. I think I ran it one time for like an abandonware or something.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to do that. Like take some of like the older games, like my original Quake demo, Rogue Spear. Like, because all my PC gaming was just demos that I got from magazines.
Yeah.
I don't think I bought a game until like Tribes 2 came out, and even then I couldn't fucking run that
You
shit.
should make a show about that.
Interesting.
Should.
Interesting. Maybe there's a
there's an
show
idea.
that's coming again.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. Be careful what you're playing.
Unconfirmed, yeah.
Don't.
He said maybe. He said maybe.
Don't said maybe.
Is that happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someday.
Someday. Okay.
It's a lot of work. Because
Don't be in the comments.
Yeah.
every game is like 3 hours of troubleshooting to get it to run. So
Yeah. I mean, that was half the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of its charm
Yeah.
was the struggle.
the current idea, this is completely up in the air, maybe / probably not going to happen, but the idea is to do a whole season for 1 year rather than just each year, because there's so many games that I just glazed over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are a few other things I wanted to talk about just in case we ran out of time, or the opposite of that. Multiverses. Do you guys? Is anyone here a big Smash player,
I
or
enjoy
was it
Smash.
one time?
Yeah.
That was the original one.
Yeah,
and then-
64. I was
Yeah.
Loved
obsessed
it,
with
yeah.
64.
I've always
Kirby all day.
enjoyed Smash. I think every iteration
I played it a lot
played.
in high school.
Yeah,
I went
like
to a
playing it
tournament
with people.
Very musty place to be.
I'm sure.
Shout out to
It
Dearborn,
smells.
Michigan. Very, very
gosh.
musty.
Yeah.
Pop over from the Smash competition, hit up the Henry Ford Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like Dearborn.
Yeah. Smash is like I enjoy it as a party game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun game to just
Yeah, unless
like,
you're playing
pop in.
Justin.
Unless you're playing Justin, he becomes Yoshi and he ruins your day.
Yeah, I mean, didn't we at one of the Christmas parties, or sorry, White Winter holiday parties?
What?
I'm just being silly.
It was the last one before COVID because we had the.
Oh yeah. Where Justin was destroying all of us so much
Yeah.
that we did like 5v1 or something against Justin, and he still beat us.
Yeah, Justin's very good at Smash.
Yeah, and it was absurd. He's just too good. But
He's
I
like a
think it's because
samurai. He just-
it's one of those things where, because I got really good. I got above average at Halo because one of the other kids on my street was really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
So just by nature, I was being challenged more. And then when I would play with other people, it was like, why am I so much better at this than other people? And
Hey,
it
all
wasn't
both
because I was
rise.
good, naturally good. It's because I was challenged. And so I think Justin has like a knit crew of like Smash obsessionists.
Yeah.
So their skill level is just naturally so much higher than the average person's. But it seems like not a lot of similar games came out for a long time. Like
Yeah.
Brawlhalla came out, what, like 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
I swear that was, at least from my knowledge, one of the first, if only, games that was like, this is a different kind of, this is Smash, but with a unique IP.
Yeah.
And for
then-
some reason, in the past 2 years, 2 corporations decided to make their own Smash. So there's like Nickelodeon All Stars,
Right.
which came out a few months ago.
Yeah. What was
And-
the PlayStation one? Wasn't there a PlayStation one?
Oh yeah, there was.
Wasn't that PlayStation All
All Stars? I think it was also
PlayStation
All Stars.
All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those ones never, like, they came and went very quickly,
Yeah.
it seemed like. But Nickelodeon All Stars seems to have, like, a good meta and seems to have, like, good enough design that it's actually has potential for
Yeah.
being a competitive game like
And they added
Smash.
voice acting into it.
They
'Cause I
did
guess
add-
it launched without it. Like all these characters, they just don't talk.
Yeah, there's no noises.
Yeah, all these iconic characters.
But just coming out this month is like the Warner Brothers version, which is called Multiverses, which has characters from all of their different properties.
It's a pretty good name.
It is a pretty good
I'll give them
name, but
props for that.
supposedly it's fucking garbage and it plays like garbage.
Oh no.
Yeah, who'da thunk? This is actually a picture of someone's some online journalist's ideal multiverses roster. As you can see, Buddy the Elf is in there. So
Yeah.
is Larry David, Gandalf.
I would have swapped out Rick with AJ Soprano.
Yes. Yeah, there's not enough like HBO drama characters.
Yeah, they got to do like Sopranos needs to be the Fire Emblem of multiverses, where like Smash has like a million Fire Emblem characters. Like multiverses could have the whole Sopranos cast in it.
Carmela's boyfriend from season 3. Oh man, if I could play as
That's always
Furio,
eating.
Yeah,
And I think you've got a weird thing with food.
yeah, he's kind of like Kirby in this game.
Yeah.
he eats
He's
everybody
always
else's
eating.
food.
Yeah. the
big
gabagool.
pussy,
'Cause he gets
little
off on it.
pussy, or big pussy's little goth son.
Yeah,
No, that's Vito's son.
Oh,
Vito's
right,
son,
right.
yeah.
Johnny Cakes is an assist trophy.
But the news that came out this weekend, or I think late last week, was that LeBron James, famous of Smash Jam or Space Jam,
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Famous actor.
Says
he's being put in the
tequila
game.
entrepreneur.
Famous actor, famous sports celebrity is in multiverses, and guess what?
What?
It's just his face and name. He's not doing the voice acting for it, even though the voice acting is pretty much just going to be grunts and catchphrases.
As he
couldn't
has.
foot the bill
Yeah.
for that, so it's being voiced by John Eric Bentley.
He needs a catchphrase. Is what he
Okay.
needs.
Yeah.
What would LeBron James's catchphrase be if he had one?
Cleveland. That's it. Just yells that.
Does
he
he yell
for
that already?
you.
Can they get somebody in the booth to throw baby powder?
Yeah, right. You just So you just keep hearing.
Yeah. And
They should've
what
let
if
him do
it's
it.
just
Jacob and I
like duck
understand
goes
this reference.
Tuesday?
They should have let him do the voice. Basketball player voice acting in video games
Well,
historically
LeBron
great.
James
He'd probably be
he's
good.
a train wreck and people like that. He's
Yeah.
like he can act and do stuff.
LeBron
but that
James
one
was
2K
oh,
game.
he was in Trainwreck. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was in a train wreck.
I thought you were saying he is a train wreck,
Yeah.
and I was like, I thought he was one of the most stable celebrities in the game.
Washed King.
Yeah,
Washed King.
He would probably perform a lot better than most
that one-
like other basketball players.
Jacob's talking about a specific video from 2K like 18 or 19.
2K20 maybe? I don't
Maybe
know.
20, yeah. Where it was just like they brought in NBA players for mocap and voice acting, and it is the most undirected,
yeah.
uninspired,
It's
first
so
take
funny.
mumbling that you've ever heard. And it's just like, well, I
Yeah.
guess I'm just the best player of a game.
There's a number of years. I was actually thinking that could be a whole like wealth of games that we check out. Is where there was a certain period of time where they were doing the full body scans and then having the athletes be in the games.
Yeah.
It's like there are some that have like that video that went viral, but I'm sure that there are, because it's a whole career.
Yeah.
It's like a whole career mode, and that's like one scene from the whole career mode. So like, when we talking about No Man's Sky, never. What are you talking about?
We were playing it till 2 in the morning.
Oh, you guys were playing it till 2 in the morning? Wait,
Yeah.
you played No Man's Sky to 2 in the morning and
Then
then
watched the rehearsal?
2 episodes of the rehearsal?
Yep.
Okay.
Jacob,
That
you're
makes
a
sense. That
menace.
explains
Yeah,
It was
you're
the night.
a fucking night
I
menace.
took a nap in the middle of the day, so I had like all this energy, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna watch some TV," because I was like, "I wanted to watch the rehearsal. There's still time."
I still haven't seen the second episode.
I'm excited to talk about it.
It's so good. Yeah,
But,
we're not going to talk about it.
No, we're going
but
to talk about No Man's Sky.
for everyone out there, the rehearsal on HBO, 2 episodes have aired every Friday night.
Really
It's-
late too.
It's 11 p.m. Eastern, so it's 8 p.m. Pacific. It's so good. It's amazing. It's like you can't even explain what kind of show it is. You just have to watch it. It's if you've seen Nathan For You, it's from the same creator, but it's like it's an evolution of that show. It's not just more of that show. It seems like there's more depth to it. Everyone should check it out.
Yeah,
Everyone.
so funny, interesting.
But instead of No Man's Sky, what is there to talk about No Man's Sky? Is there like new?
Yeah, they just put out an update like a week ago.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's actually like we talked briefly about Hard Space Shipbreaker because you brought it up, and
Well,
like,
I brought it
it's-
up before the.
before the podcast.
Yeah.
and like a game that Charlotte kind of told all of us about.
I've been evangelizing for
Yeah.
it because I read about it in Waypoint.
Yeah,
This is going to sound like an obvious or like a weird question, but like, do people like No Man's Sky? Because understand my perception of games often comes from how we treat it at Funhaus.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm never sure is this game good or not.
So I'll give you the TLDR. It was an indie game that was from a very small studio that in interviews he vaguely referenced things that he wanted to put in the game because he wasn't like a PR person.
yeah.
And everyone in the gamer community went, "These things are going to be in the game at launch." Yeah. And then Sony was like, "Hey, this game has some buzz. Let's like publish it."
Yeah.
And so then that just blew it the fuck up. It was one of the most overhyped games. So then when it came out, this small indie game from a small studio that didn't have maybe 80% of what they said they wanted in the game, which people took as is going to be in the game, it plummeted. And instead of doing what most other studios do, they just went radio silent and then just regularly released little updates. And then like 2, 3, 4 years later, I don't know how long it was, they released a huge update, and it was basically the game had gotten to the point where it was actually a really good game with a lot of
Gotcha.
content.
That's where I jumped in.
And that's where a lot of people jumped in, and I guess enough time had passed that people were able to get over it.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, this is fun."
Yeah, and now it's regarded as one of like the best space games around, and it's long lasting. It's got
Yeah.
legs.
Every few months, like a free update comes out where it's like, "Oh, look, we added the coolest thing you've ever seen
Yeah,
in this game."
they just revamped the asteroids, but like
Yeah.
it's like really good at like I was a day one buyer, so I felt that disappointment along with everyone else.
Okay.
But like I had to get a special thing called a living pearl to create some
last
sort
night,
of arc
yeah.
drive last night. And so we found a system because we also needed storm.
What the fuck is that? Sorry.
I'll get to that in a second. Actually, I won't. I'll tell you right now. That's Hygie, and he's my friend and my close confidant. I found him out there on a planet. He has a turtle shell. There's versions with beaks, and I put satellites on him, and he just runs. Like I gave him some pellets and some pets, and then if I ran, he would pump his arms and then fast overtake me like a running back, and he just like constantly just up and around.
It looks like he sped up when he's running.
Yeah, it looks like it's at 200.
Tasmanian devil.
Yes.
Kind of. It looks like it's at 200%, but he's got these tiny arms. That's probably it's probably 3 feet tall.
And he has that. Is it blind mole? Which mole?
It's like
Star
a
mole.
star nose.
Yeah, star-nosed mole, and it just like its little mouth opens up, and he looks so stupid. And like once I start running, it dances for a second, and then goes, and then it just pumps its arms.
NPC?
It's a proc-gen creature.
Yeah, because
it's
It's
an
like a
animal.
companion. It's not
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
one of the random creatures you find.
No,
on
it
the
is
planet.
one of the random. This is
Oh,
just
you
one
can
of the.
like befriend them or whatever?
Yeah,
they can
and
be
if
your
they're big enough, you can
companion.
ride them.
Yeah.
I have a big bear with tiny wings that I put barrel on like a Saint Bernard, and that I can ride
You
around.
run it on his shoulders.
Yeah, on his shoulders, like Master
Yeah.
Blaster.
It was like one of those updates that came out. It's like, oh, you can make friends with any animal.
yeah,
now.
Oh my
it's
God.
it's awesome, and you
But,
can
like-
rename them. But the game named this one Hygie, and I was like, well, that's staying.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like we
hold
had
on
to-
before you say that, just the wrap up to the history of No Man's Sky. Internet Historian has a great video that
Yeah.
just covers the whole thing. So if you want to learn, or if anyone at home wants to learn, just search Internet Historian No Man's Sky, and it beautiful mini doc on the whole story.
Good to know.
Hygie.
It's just cool. I was like underwater diving for pearls while Jacob and Rick engaged in a dogfight in the skies above me.
It was a whole like saga because like it was we were running around watching Charlotte play with this Hygie because it was so fucking funny and we were just laughing our asses off at how fast he ran. But then I think like you needed like
I
a
needed some
resource. You
stuff.
needed storm crystals. So we're like,
Yes.
okay, we're going to find. We can only find them in a special system.
Yeah,
where there's
an
like
extreme weather
a certain
system.
star will have extreme weather. So we'll go there. We'll find these crystals. So we went there.
And even going there, Jacob calls his freighter into orbit. It just
Yeah, it's like a
comes
Star
in.
Destroyer.
We all
That
get
you
in.
can all board on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we all warped together,
Yeah.
like in Star Trek, and like landed in the system. And then all of us went down to the hangars, got in our individual ships, and all buzzed out independently towards the
Yeah.
planets. It was
To, like,
fucking
scout it out.
awesome.
sounds
And like
dope.
Rick and I landed on this planet, and like we landed in this big crater. It was like a weird planet. There's an egg there. I'm like, look, there's an egg. It's called a Whispering Egg. And I was like, Rick's like, cool. So I turn around and I'm just like looking for stuff for Charlotte. And then Rick starts freaking the fuck out because he touched the egg and giant monsters started coming out of the ground and attacking all of us. And because we fought the monsters, it pissed off the robots that were guarding the planet.
Space cops.
Space cops.
Space cops.
So they started attacking us. So then Charlotte needed to find a pearl. So Charlotte comes down, lands, jumps in the lake, and starts swimming around. And meanwhile, just like we're having this apeshit dogfight over the lake.
It is insane.
Because like we're fighting all these robot spaceships. So Charlotte's swimming around, splashing in the water. And meanwhile, there's like explosions and spaceships flying right overhead.
I
and stuff.
surfaced on the wrong side of the lake from my ship, also being shot at. And then so I had to jump back in and swim all the way across. And also my character is a small lizard with the Joker face paint. Going through and like 2 feet above my head, laser blast comes and hangs in the air, and then Jacob comes and swoops down. His ship has solar sails on it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking crazy. Everything's
record
going,
any of
and then
this?
what's that?
Did you record any of
No,
this?
but
Oh, it
but
sounds
like
so
it was
amazing.
so in the moment because like I went back up to the ship and stood in the bridge, and Rick and I just stayed there in the bridge of Jacob's frigate and watched him engage in this dogfight and just sweep past, and it was amazing. It was like the coolest thing I've experienced in a video game. It was unreal, and like taking fire and having to like dive underneath the water and like.
Yeah.
God, it was so cool.
And
And,
then we all-
Hygie was not there with us, but he was in my heart at the
Yeah.
moment.
And we wound down by going back to the lake house I built and hanging out at the bar.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Nice.
There's you my
there's
Joker
the
face
Joker.
paint.
Yeah, because Charlotte found a planet with like it's just very pretty and there's a lake. And we're like, oh, let's build some houses around this lake.
It's like Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock.
Exactly. You're closer than you realize.
Jacob has a Mos Eisley style spaceport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We couldn't not talk about it because all I want to do is play No Man's Sky. I don't want to be here today. I don't want to be on the podcast. I don't want to do my other podcast. I don't want to make What a Show. I just want to play No Man's Sky. Friday night, I had popcorn chicken. Boba was smoking, playing No Man's Sky. Futurama was on the TV, listening to the new Beach Bunny album. It was so much sensory.
What?
There was so much
going on.
And I had a candle lit. And there was
Andrew,
so
are you
much.
joking?
No.
So you were playing a video game
Yeah.
with TV on,
Talking to my friends.
talking to your friends, also with music.
Yeah.
With the in-game music turned off?
Yeah, of course. I'm not a psycho.
No Man's Sky's
so
loud.
much.
And
Yeah.
the boba was brown sugar.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Depends.
Do you have ADHD?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Then it all makes sense.
Obviously, yeah. But I was so laser focused in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, this is living. I'm living so fast.
Yeah. That's a Friday night right
Yeah.
there.
I'm gonna have to check it
If I
out.
tried to play a video game with all that stuff happening, I genuinely think that I would have a panic attack.
I think I maybe paused the music once. Yes.
Lindsay wants to play Nimmons.
Nimmons.
We were trying
I mean,
to...
I want to check it out.
You should.
Yeah,
You really should.
I also want to check it out because those are my favorite types of games where it's all like systemic, or the systems have been built into it. Like the fact that you guys touched an egg, which made the monsters react, and your aggressiveness made the robots react. Like that's if two monsters would have been fighting, would the robots would have come in? And
I think it's
it's
pretty
just us.
aggro against
Oh,
players.
okay.
It's not like interspecies.
Yeah. The other thing was like right when I landed, a giant dune worm burst out of the ground right next to my ship and flew into the sky.
Yeah.
Like it was enormous. Like I was standing there and it was so big that my screen was just filled with a wall of flesh passing by, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that system also had like a planet with like Horizon Zero Dawn style robo steeds, which Jacob was like, Jacob's seen everything, which we tamed and rode, and Jacob's like, I've seen everything in this game. I've never seen this. They must have just added it. They
I
added
looked
it
it up.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
holy shit.
We just never found it. It's just like I can't recommend it enough. It's just so much fun. And like there was another night I remember months ago where I was running through fire trying to check something off a list, and Mondo is a really aggressive player. He's basically a space pirate.
Yeah.
And he always goes in and attacks. That's the way he plays the game, and it's totally valid. But like he's flying in, shooting. Jacob's in a mech fighting off
by
space
Titanfall
lizards
mech.
and robot drones, and it's just oh my god. I'll
Mondo
stop
has-
because I could go on.
Mondo hasn't played because like right after that they added it at the Outlaws update where you can be an illegal space pirate.
Well, we're gonna get him in on Friday.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to watch this stream.
Yeah, I know. I want to watch too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's making me think of Sea of Thieves as well, where it's like,
Oh yeah.
do they really give you like narrative objectives, or is it just like you need these things to build this thing?
There is there
There's
are
like a quest
and
giver
missions
now
and
in the
stuff.
anomaly.
Yeah, but like, and a lot of those things do introduce you to systems and things like that, but we were just like kind of ignoring it. Like
we
Charlotte
made our
had
own adventure.
objectives.
Yeah, it was a little
to get us
unwieldy, but it was
places,
enough
yeah.
to like point us in a direction. Like, I need this rare element. We
Yeah.
have to go to this system.
Like in
to
Sea
get
of
it.
Thieves, where it's like you get a treasure map. It's just
Yeah.
like when you go from A to B, things happen.
Yeah,
And
that
you
was
can find things like Hygie.
Is it
That was why the,
massive multiplayer or just contained on like a server that you like have the information? Like
It's like instanced. Like it's not massively multiplayer, but you'll see other players if you're in the same place.
But it
Okay.
catalogs.
Yeah.
Like that planet has that stuff on it.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't
like
know
the
how they
planet,
make it work.
the planet Chateau Avery. That's where we've been hanging out.
Oh,
Because you can name
I
planets.
did call
and stuff.
I did call the planet Chateau Avery. Which
is it Chart-O?
no, it's like French.
Oh, right.
Chateau. It's like Chateau, but with my name.
Chateau
And
Avery.
the system is called Goodbunston.
Yeah.
And the lake is called Lake Haveroak.
Yeah.
That was something that frustrated me it was very foolishly about the like backlash to Sea of Thieves, and I know
Like
I've
when
talked
it came
about this
out?
before. Yeah, when it came out, I've talked about this before because very nerdily I saw them give a lecture at GDC right before it came out, and they talked about the core design philosophies that before it was pirates, before it was anything, the core philosophy of that game was that they didn't want to create a finite game. They just wanted to create a place with all of these systems and tools for gameplay to naturally occur.
Yeah.
So when it came out, there weren't all these objectives, there weren't all these quests or anything. It was just like, go get these chickens or go deliver this, go do that. Because the entire game was designed around everything happening organically on your way to do these simple things.
Yeah.
But the backlash from a lot of people that was like, this game is empty. There's nothing to do in this game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of games, maybe most games, for a long time now, have just been the whole kitchen sink thing. Where like, so much is packed into these games, unless it's a small indie game, that like, if people like Sea of Thieves strayed from that model so much that everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Best
And of
looking
course
water.
they added stuff in, and now I think there's a different opinion. So maybe they went too much into the like just creating a system rather than having things for people to do. But it seems like No Man's Sky is following that has that same kind of strength.
Yeah.
That you don't all have to be on like a main mission or like a side quest or whatever. Like you don't have to have a specific goal for amazing things to happen.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the best type of game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Anyways, bye everyone.
Rick got a kick out of that.